I see another couple hands. So let's go ahead and bring the next one up there, Olivia. Todd L.
Hey, Matt, it's Todd Litton. Hey, the question I had, I guess, refers to clock management.
Yeah.
We have three teenagers, and so we have not done homeschooling to this point, but we're, kind of dropped in the middle of it. And I do think it's an incredible opportunity to, in effect, restart, reframe the game. And the clock management aspect may go to the question I have, which is like, what do you have good recommendations for starting with teenagers and kind of in particular figuring out what their interests are, whether through observation and questions, those kinds of things.
Yep. Okay. So there's a couple pieces within here that I'm going to go to this other one, which I think is more appropriate for that question. So let me orient you to this graphic here. All right. This is what I call kind of the educational ownership graph, where when a child is born, the parent has complete and utter influence over that child, complete ownership of the child's education. Does that make sense? But over time, that influence is declining, right? And anybody who's got a teenager realizes that there's a point at which your influence shifts, and that's good. And so now, Todd, your question is, your kids may be down in this area. The question is, how do you find out what they are really interested in and then begin to give them the space to actually move in that direction? Not only the space, but the encouragement. A lot of kids, and I struggle with this with my own kids, a lot of kids have been so wired to think, I've got to do what somebody tells me to do, that when they give them the freedom to, hey, you know what? You are now becoming an owner of your own education, daughter or son. What do you want to learn about? A lot of kids struggle there. They get kind of stuck. I don't know. I've never had this practice before. We need to make sure that earlier on we are giving kids that opportunity to say, what do you want to learn about, right? And we'll talk about screens at some later point. By the way, screens is the S word, by the way, so we can get to that too. But the point is here, over the course of time, you're giving greater and greater autonomy and decision-making around the educational control to that child. And unfortunately, our educational system does almost the exact opposite. When a child is 14 or 15, they know what they like. They're not given the opportunity to do that. So for a parent now, these next 4 months, I would argue it is a conversation with the child. What are you curious about? Let's now build a learning module around that. Start it with something easy like a documentary. Then go to some other magazines or books, something easy. Do it with them. Help them start to realize that they can start to lead, because that's the kind of role and the leadership that we actually are going to need for students in the future, big time. Contact me. You can email me directly. You can go to the website. Would love it if you like the blog, because I'm putting out quite a bit of information around a different way to think about education. And so please take a look.